Ew. Actually, that was still disgusting. Wait, do you like my cup though? My bestie got it for me. Y'all, your girl is under the weather, which is like really bad timing. Not that like it's ever good timing to be sick, but I'm going to a concert tonight. How I'm gonna be sick at a concert? My throat hurts and I need this to sing my heart out tonight. I mean, I'm still gonna do it because, you know, I paid the money for the tickets and I'm not wasting it. But y'all, I don't feel good like at all. I just want to be in my bed, like, ugh. So forgive me if I sound a little congested because I am. Anywho, long time no see. Did you miss me or what? Like, did you miss me? No, but for real, like, it's been a long time. I'm about to give y'all the whole rundown of what happened between the year or two that I've been gone. I'm just like, we just gotta catch up. Like, I miss y'all. I miss talking to the camera. I miss uploading the vlogs, talking to y'all. We about to get into it. I'm about to unpack a lot of stuff, so I hope you're ready because I have a lot to spill. And I'm gonna be doing my makeup because I'm going to a concert, like I mentioned. I'm gonna see Jasmine Sullivan. So excited. It's gonna be a good time, a good little chit chat. So grab your popcorn, grab your seats, let's go. Every person that I tell that I'm sick, they're like, oh, you got COVID? I don't got no fucking COVID, okay? I just got a little, I think I got a sinus infection because everything in my head, like my nose, my head, my ears, like this just hurts. There's like pressure there. So I think that's exactly what it is. All right, so let's start where I've been. Or should I start where I'm at now? No, let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. Okay. It is now 2023. Let's see the last time. I'm embarrassed to even reveal the last time I posted a video. Okay, so it's been a little over a year. Y'all, 2021, 2022 has been a ride. A ride. 2023 as well has been a little, ooh, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. So 2022, during that time, I was just like down bad, like in every way possible, like financially, mentally, physically. Like I was just not, like, life was not going. Is it raining? Oh, life was just not going how I had it planned. Like, you know how you have plans for yourself? Yeah, those plans was not going accordingly. So I really didn't know what to do. I was, what, 23, 24, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, and everything that I wanted just was not working out for me, like, at all. So that put me in like a really bad mental place. And at that time of being like down bad mentally, I was also just trying to look for like a quick fix, you know. Like, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but like when you're like down, you'll do anything to like try to get out of that like dark space. So yeah, like I was saying, I was just trying to figure out what I can do to get me out of this situation, financially, physically, mentally, every I was just trying to better myself. But that I wasn't focusing on one specific area. I was just going wherever I felt like I can do. Some crazy times. And YouTube specifically, or like content creation, first of all, this is something I've always had a passion for, literally ever since I was in middle school. My dad, he had a MacBook and it was basically mine because I was using it every day. I was making videos on iMovie. I was always editing. I would literally make my best friend come over and we would make music videos. And yeah, I've just always had like this passion for editing, or just like storytelling in some way, shape, or form. If you don't know, I went to school for journalism, so like that kind of carried through there, and I did some video production. So this was kind of like always like an outlet for me. And then it shortly, well, during that time, it started to not become an outlet. It was something I was looking to, like, I wasn't enjoying it. I was kind of trying to force myself to do it so that way I can just be in a better space. With YouTube, I was not only comparing myself to others, but I was comparing myself and trying to use what other successful people were using on their platform. And that just, it was harder for me because I wasn't really being authentic, because I was trying to be like somebody else, which I hate for me, because one thing I always want to do, especially in anything that I want to do, I always want to be the most authentic self that I can be, or like just show up as who I am. And when it came to comparing myself to other creators, I was like, my house is not aesthetically pleasing, I don't have this and that, like these different little luxury things that content creators may have. You know, just different. I was just trying to be like everyone else in that content creation realm, and it just wasn't working out for me. So then I also wasn't as confident with my work because I was like, oh well, not that many people are viewing my videos, I feel like people might not enjoy my content. So then I just slacked off because I felt like when I was making these videos, I felt like I was talking to myself, even though I did have a few like people that don't know me personally, but like, you know, a few supporters that stuck with me. So I appreciate you guys for that, because those little moments of commenting under my videos or like messaging me personally on my Instagram, my socials, and just saying like how much you do enjoy my content, I really did appreciate that. And it did make me feel good at the time, but because I was so down mentally, there was just so many factors that was playing into what I wanted to do and finding that outlet. Not trying to give you guys like a bunch of excuses, even though that's exactly what that is, but where's my primer? Oh yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm giving you guys excuses, but that's literally what it was. Like this past year of me not doing anything on my channel was just excuses. But at the time I didn't know they were excuses. I just wasn't in a space to like pull myself out of the gutter, because everything in my life was falling apart, like everything. Like, and 2022, well, it really started in 2021. 2022 was like the like after effect. Like it was still like, it was getting better, but it was like dragging along. So I was still trying to figure this out, you know, figure out life. I don't know, I did start going to therapy. I don't remember the time frame. I think it was like end of 2021, beginning of 2022. Which, let me say, if you're someone who is considering therapy, please just do it. It is not something to be ashamed of. There doesn't have to be anything wrong with you. And therapy is a great way to release what you may not know that you need to let go of. But yeah, I was going through therapy and just trying to figure out like what I can do to better myself, and what was like what was causing like me to be like in the pits. So at this time I was also working a job that I did not like. It wasn't well financially, and it wasn't a job that was stimulating me. I was sitting at a desk. I was a receptionist. So if you're a receptionist, you're sitting at a desk answering the phones and greeting people when they walk in. My mind was just fried because I was either on my phone, or sometimes I would pick up books and read them, but it wasn't something like I couldn't progress. So that was also driving me crazy. And just being someone who graduated, had a whole degree, and I'm not saying like you can't, I'm not saying a degree means you have to have like this big job, but I was like 2 years post grad and I still didn't have anything. So like that was beating me up bad, like really bad. And then of course you have people who are just like asking you, well, you have this degree, what are you gonna do with it? Like, girl, I don't know, like I'm trying to figure it out myself. So that was like one thing that I really discovered in therapy. Me not being well financially was really driving me like really bad. Like, and then also being in a job that I had no desire to be at. Like working a job that you don't want to be at, like, you know how some things you just have to do? That was like one of those things. Like I was sticking it out until I got to where I wanted to be, but it dragged on for so long. Like I remember telling my therapist, I said, okay, I'm not going to be at this job no longer than a year. Or like, I think I always created timelines, and my therapist always told me like, you creating these timelines that may not play out in your favor is what's gonna make things a little more challenging to like accept. And I think that was like the main thing for me. I wasn't accepting that this is like what you have to do. And again, I was someone who I wanted to be in control of my life. So if I said I wasn't going to be here longer than a year, I don't need to be here longer than a year. Not only was I beating myself up, of course I had people around me like, you know, asking the questions, what are you gonna do, why are you working at this job, you have a degree. I was putting in the work to get myself out of that situation. There was a point in time where my lunch breaks were solely for interviews with jobs, like, and I mean for like 4 months straight, like weeks straight. I was not spending my lunch break other than having a job interview. And a lot of people don't see that. So while I was trying and having these job interviews and constantly getting denied and doing rounds of interviews and work that they ask you to do, which I think is illegal, I was still getting, you know, questioned like, what are you doing? Like, why are you working as a receptionist? You know, just not so uplifting commentary. So yeah, I was down bad financially. Now let's get into like the physical aspect of my life. All my life, right? Literally all of my life up until like a year or two ago, I have been sticks and bones. Sticks and bones, babes, flapjacks, no yitties. Just, you know, so in those 2 years that I was down bad, mentally, financially, and physically, I started to gain some weight. And a lot of it happened very, very fast. So of course, which I wish people would learn this, like, you don't always have to comment on someone's physical appearance or like a physical change. But when I started gaining weight, I was already uncomfortable because I was always just super small and I wasn't gaining weight in a way that I wanted to. Like, growing up, I always wanted to gain weight because I hated how small I was. So I always wanted to gain like muscle. But then I started gaining like fat. Like, I was putting on weight, pounds of eating out every day, eating unhealthy, not having routine. Like, I was eating like at 12 o'clock at night. So it was showing, and I had everyone telling me how I was gaining weight. So I was already uncomfortable within myself, and then I had everyone else telling me that I was gaining weight. So I want to mention, between these times, so like from my last video on my channel, I was making videos. Like, there are vlogs out there from that last video that I just never uploaded because I was picking myself apart, and this is one of them, me gaining weight. I didn't want to put myself out there where I'm like, okay, well, if the people, like, I just didn't want to put myself in a situation where I already wasn't physically comfortable, and seeing myself on camera, first off, the camera kind of makes you look a little bit bigger than you already are, right? So I just didn't like the way I looked. So I would record these videos, then I would go look back at the footage, and I'm like, damn, big mama right there. Like, and I wasn't happy, I wasn't confident with myself. So another excuse, I gained weight, and I was very physically uncomfortable and did not like the way that I looked. So I stopped recording videos, or if I did record a video, it just never got uploaded. Clearly it was just hard for me. And then also I realized, well, now I'm like kind of at the point where I think I was just transitioning into like my grown woman body. Like, the way that I gained weight, it was just so rapid, and it was just kind of like all over the place. I mean, to some people it might not be that big, but I went from like being really skinny to like having boobs, butt, everything in a span of a year. I was really small, and that's all I knew all my life. So gaining weight, and I already had, you know, I already had people when I was skinny telling me, oh my god, you're skinny, you need to gain weight. And when I gain weight, you have people telling me, wow, you gain weight, maybe chill out. I was in this space where I'm like, damn, like, you really can't, you can't please nobody. You can't just do you without having someone saying like what you need to change about yourself. And I didn't realize how much I did not like myself until like this past year of like just reflection and everything. Because ever since I was a kid, I realized how much I was constantly being told what I needed to change about myself. Constantly being told basically that who I was not okay. So then I grew up all my life thinking that I never was okay. Like, I basically never liked myself. I always felt like I needed to change something about myself, and that kind of came from hearing that as a kid. But now I'm at the point, baby, you can't tell me nothing, okay? You can't tell me nothing. Like, confidence is through the roof, okay? I think I'm the most beautiful person in the world. Scrumdiddly yum yum, purr purr. Yeah, like I said, I think I was just transitioning into my grown woman body because it started out like I was really uncomfortable. I have stretch marks in like all over the place, which it took me a while to get used to as well. But now I'm at the point like I love her. I love my little curvy body. I love my grown woman body, and I'm not mad at her. I'm just accepting her. And if you don't like it, that's just too bad, because it's not for you anyway. So physically, I am like, I'm her. Sorry. You can think otherwise, but I think I'm perfect the way I am. And I'm not gonna let nobody have no thoughts on what I do with myself anymore. You can have as many opinions, I don't care. Like, I'm really in my don't care era. Like, I just don't care. I don't care. Sorry, I don't care. Also, I'm realizing me chatting to y'all right now, I'm like forgetting how to like do my makeup. Like, I forgot some steps, low-key. But we gonna make it, we gonna get there, okay? Like, I'm not really good at multitasking. So this is not the best idea, but we move. So mentally, I talked about me not being well financially. I talked about me not being well physically, mentally. Oh my gosh. When I think about 2022, I don't like to talk about 2022 or 2021. Like, my mind was just, those times were just kind of like a blur for me. Like, I really don't remember too much of what was going on. And like I said, I was focused on so many different things and just trying to get myself out of a situation. I was not focused on one thing. So I really don't know, like it's just all a blur. I was very insecure. I was not confident in myself. And I spent most of 2022 crying. Like, literally would get out of my car, get out of work, go to my car, drive around the block and just cry. Because I was so sad. Nothing was going my way. I was heartbroken. And I am not, which I learned this now. I don't really tell people, like, I'm vulnerable, but when it comes to my own problems, I don't like to put that on other people or like kind of talk about it until I've went through it, until I've already experienced it. So basically, I was experiencing these things alone. No one really knew what was going on or like how I felt during that time until after the fact. So yeah, I was crying in my car by myself. It was just a really rough time for me. I was down bad, right? But like, I just knew that it was happening for a reason. I'm like, okay, like, God, I know you're putting me through this so that I can get to here. Like, you're trying to, you know, get me to a better place. Like, you know how you have to go through a low to get to a high? That's basically what I was experiencing. But it was low. It was low. Like, oh my God, it was so bad. I don't like to say I was depressed because I don't like to self-diagnose. But I was just very sad. Everything made me cry. I would literally be on TikTok. You can take a video of a dog walking and it would make me cry. I don't know, girl. I was all over the place. This whole time period was like the first of many experiences. Like, many experiences. Which is why I felt like it was a part of like my growth. Which, even though it put me through hell and it was very... it had a lot of negative effects on me. Not really negative, but it put me through a lot. I went through a lot. I am so glad for the growth and the transformation that came out of it. And I would not change anything that happened. Because where I'm at now and the way that I feel now, I feel so much better. And I wish I can just go back to like 2020 me or 2021 and just give me a hug and let me know that everything's gonna be okay. Even though, like I said, I kind of knew like this was happening for a reason, but I couldn't really see the vision. So yeah, I was just beating myself up. I was comparing myself to others. And then also during this time of my being away from YouTube, I had to take like a social media break because like I wasn't on social media except for TikTok. You can't get rid of TikTok. TikTok don't do nothing to me but make me laugh. I just needed to focus on me, like solely on what I wanted, figure out who I want to be, how I want to show up. Because I knew that I always wanted to have my platform on YouTube channel, and I never knew where that would take me or what would come out of it. Whether it took me somewhere or not, it was something that I enjoyed doing. I just had to figure out like a lot outside of work life. What do I want to do? You know, like, what does Brianna want to do with herself? What do you enjoy doing? I enjoy vlogging. I enjoy capturing moments and making something out of it. I enjoy traveling. I enjoy reading. Like, figure out my hobbies, because I didn't have the hobbies when I was in that moment of depression or whatever you want to call it. I didn't have nothing. I came home I came home and I was rotting in my bed. That is what my life was like. I came home. If I went to the gym, I probably BS'd it, so it didn't really count. I think that like covered everything, right? I talked about mentally, physically, mentally/emotionally. Now let's talk about today. Where we're at today, right now. Y'all, I could not be happier. I could not be so, like, I am just so grateful for everything that led up to this day, to this moment right now, to June 23rd, 5:54 p.m. 2023. I said that wrong, but you get what I'm saying. I am in such a better space where sometimes I get emotional thinking about 2021. I don't want to cry right now, so we're not gonna do that. I did not think I was gonna cry. Okay, so thinking about those past 2 years and thinking about how much I went through and how much it affected me and how much I thought that girl, no, I don't do this. Hold on, give me a second. Okay. Ooh, child. What I went through was a lot, okay? I had a lot of traumatic experiences these past 2.5 years. And it had a big toll on me, more than I realized. But it made me such a better person. It made me much more wiser. I feel like I know so much more. I've learned so much more through my experiences, and they have really shaped me into a person that I may not knew I wanted to be, or I may not knew I needed to be, but that I always wanted to be. I always wanted to be someone who was confident with herself, very just very aware of who she is, whether or not I know like who I want to be, just having some sort of idea, being able to talk positive about myself without having like, okay, yeah, not really, like, you know how you say something about yourself like, oh wow girl, you look pretty, but then you're like, yeah, but like your teeth are fucked up, like, you know, like I don't do that anymore. Like, I'm just really like thinking highly of myself, speaking highly of myself, not letting little comments from the outside get to me, and just being the person that I always needed for myself. I was never there for myself, but I was always there for someone else. So we're kind of like shifting away from that. Like, those people pleasing days are over. I feel bad for anyone who thinks that she still exists, because she don't. Sorry, she's out the door. We don't know her anymore. Like, seriously, growing up and me kind of like being, you know, the softie, it came from trying to be nice, I guess, trying to get people to like me. I don't know, I never really cared if someone liked me or not, but I always wanted to be that kind person, that, you know, that person that someone could feel safe with, because I never had that. I don't think I've ever had that. So especially as a kid, like, it played a part in my adulthood. I just wanted to always kind of be the helping hand, and you can't do that if it's just gonna put yourself in the fire, or you're just gonna be the one left in the dust. So yeah, I don't do that anymore. I have been better with like my boundaries and like saying no. I could never say no. Like, I would know things like, okay, like I'd be like, okay, I know I don't want to do this, but let me just go ahead and do it anyways. What, girl? No. Say no. No means no. But yeah, overall, I'm in a much better place. I'm just so grateful. Y'all, first off, let's just talk about how let's just talk about how great God is. Yes. So, my current position, right, which I'm so grateful for. I love my job. Like, God came through with that one for sure. For sure. And yes, if you're asking, it is in my field, kind of, sort of, not really. Like, it's in the field of communications. Like, I work in the communications department, and I went to school for broadcast journalism, which falls in communications. So, like, if you go to school for journalism, you kind of learn it all. So, I had some transferable skills, which played out in my favor. But I wish I would have, like, wrote this down. Like, what I'm going to start doing in the future is writing down my goals, or, like, writing what I want, because I kid you not, I had set this exact title, like, word for word, this exact title, my exact position. I said, I want XXX. Like, a month later, God said, here you go. He said, here you go. And it's so crazy, because I remember during my time of applying to jobs and getting denied, I was like, I'm low-key overqualified. Like, low-key overqualified. And I was crying about jobs that didn't even pay anywhere near what I'm getting paid right now. I was boohoo crying. I would call my mom so many times, like, they took me through rounds and rounds of interviews and they denied me. I hate them. just for God to be like, well, yeah, because I'm trying to give you this, like, I got you. And that just shows that you just gotta stay, you guys just gotta stay 10 toes down. You gotta remain faithful, because God will never fail you, and God has never failed me. That part of where I was telling you like how I was in the pits, I was down bad. Look at me. I think I'm flourishing, to be honest. Like, I love my life, I have no complaints, and he's only gonna take me higher, you know. Do I like my makeup though? I feel like I can see some sweat peeping through, because it's low-key hot here. I don't know why I don't got the fan on. But yeah, God has been coming through for me. Like, we like this for real. Like, we always been locked in, so I never really had no doubts. But he showed out with this one. He did his big one with the way he like turned my life around. And it's not even like I don't have everything I want. I don't think anything. I think that whatever I want, God will always give me more. So it really doesn't matter what I want, because God's gonna double it. Double it. Life has been great. Life has been grand. Also, I just got back from my first ever solo trip. I took a solo trip for my 25th birthday. Like, just me, myself, and I. And it didn't really hit me until... I am sweating. It didn't really hit me until like a week ago. Like, girl, you went out the country by yourself? Like, that's just so crazy. The fact that I can even do that. See, a year ago, I couldn't do that because I wasn't in the right financial space to do so. But now, I think I might only be doing solo trips. Just me, myself, and nah. No, I'm just kidding. I'm still gonna be with my girls because we always have a good time. So, what is that? Now that we've like unpacked what has happened in the past, what does that mean for the future? So, first off, I got a new laptop. Let me show you. Y'all, I was not playing around. Like, I'm being very serious. This is gonna be a new era for me. I'm gonna take things serious. Well, I'm just gonna have fun with it, okay? Oh, she's so pretty. So yeah, like I was saying, for my channel, I just hope that you guys are rocking with me. I have so much that I need to share. I know you guys really enjoy my travel vlogs. That's what like I get the most love on, or like the most like, you know, people reach out to me about. So I have a Dominican Republic vlog, I have a El Salvador vlog, I have a Cabo vlog, I have an Antigua vlog. I feel like I'm missing one. Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Cabo, Antigua. Antigua was my solo trip, and then the girls and I, we just went to DC. So I'm sitting on 5 travel vlogs. And I do have like other vlogs that I recorded throughout 2022. I think I'm just gonna do like a 2022 archive type of video and kind of like just mash them all together. But yeah, I'm really excited with just using the tools and the skills that I have and not just letting them go to waste, and finally getting back into something that I actually enjoyed doing for as long as I can remember. I've missed it so much. Like, I feel like I'm finally in a better space, especially like mentally. Like, I was just like, I would zone out sometime in my videos. Like, I would look back and I would be like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, you're not even making sense. But now I'm just like really looking forward to just sharing everything, documenting everything. And also, I love looking back on my videos and seeing like, oh, I remember like this time, or like I remember how I felt in this video. Like, it's just really cool to look back on. There's gonna be some really exciting things, especially those vlogs that I just mentioned. I'm gonna share my solo trip first because that was really exciting. But yeah, I hope you guys continue to stick with me, and if you're watching this and you've been with me or like watching my videos for a minute, I really appreciate you. And I appreciate those who have messaged me like recently, like, wow, I love your content, please come back, because that means a lot to me. Yeah, thank you. I need some more powder. I'm sweating. Also, for this concert tonight, I have no idea what I'm wearing. I'm sick. It's like rainy and gloomy. I'm just not in a pretty girl type of mood. Like, the outfit that I wanted to wear, it don't fit how I feel and what it looks like outside. Alright, you guys, I actually ended up deciding on what I'm gonna wear. I'm just gonna throw on some jeans, a top, and some sneakers. Real calm, basic. Like I said, I don't feel good, and it's like about to start raining, so can't do too much. But I hope you guys enjoy me talking your ear off. Get used to it, because I will have many more chitter chatters, because I like to talk, okay? I'm a Gemini. I can't help it. I will talk your ear off as long as you let me. But yeah, I really did enjoy sitting down and just explaining to you guys, you know, where I've been, why I've been MIA, and I look forward to growing with you guys on this channel and just sharing some more fun and exciting things that I have going on in my life. So I hope you're looking forward to that. If you did enjoy this video or you're looking forward to other videos to come, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.